Hi guys, welcome back. I saw how well my last My Little Pony redesign video went where I redesigned Twilight. So I decided to make another one, and in this video I'm redesigning Rarity and Rainbow Dash. I am going to make probably another part to this video where I redesign Applejack, Fluttershy, and Pinkie Pie. Though it might take some time since I am having a few complications this week. So second up is Rarity. So Rarity, I think she's actually I think she's the most well done out of all of the main six. I like her pony design. It has a lot of sass. I like the little swoosh on her tail and her hair. I like the eyeshadow, though I do think it's a little weird to add eyeshadow on a pony, but this is fiction, so I'm not going to complain about it. Her color palette is, well, it's whatever, it's fine. I don't have anything against it. The purple, blue, and white, you can't really go wrong with that. Her Equestria Girls design, I think her design in Equestria Girls was the best. It was the best. I dislike one thing about her design a lot, though. That skirt. And that belt. I feel like they could have done the belt and skirt, maybe they could have done the belt gold to match her gold wristbands. That would have looked better, and her boots look a little wonky. I like this design a lot as well, but I don't like how the skirt is built up. I don't like the poofy one and the flat one underneath. That just looks a little weird and wonky. I like the shoes quite a lot though. So in my human design, since Rarity is a fashionista, she's also sassy. I would think she would dress in very expensive brand clothing like Chanel, Prada, and stuff like that. I also think she would be Korean. I gave her some makeup on her face, well, mostly on her lips. I tried to give her lips that juicy effect. I also gave her the eyeshadow that she had in the original design. I cut her hair shorter to mimic that old Hollywood sort of style, that Marilyn Monroe hairstyle. I made her earrings these crystal shapes to mimic her cutie mark, and on her pose I had the most difficulties. I wanted to make her hold a lipstick, though I didn't want the lipstick to be up to her lips, so I had to finagle with it quite a bit so I find the right position. I gave her a turtleneck with puffy sleeves, well, puffy on the bottom, and I decided to give her that overalls sort of dress with a belt. Let me just put a photo in as an example. I wanted her to have a turtleneck with that dress, that overalls dress, and a belt. I decided to make the shines in her eyes diamond shaped. I know that she did not have that in the original design, but I wanted to mimic that diamond cutie mark pattern all over her design. If you look closely, I even made her necklace a diamond. I wanted to make the necklace to be exactly like her cutie mark, like a row of 3 diamonds like her cutie mark, but I decided against it. And I gave her a lot of jewelry. As you can see, I gave her some rings and some bracelets. I also gave her, I don't know if you can see it on her nose. That is not supposed to be a beauty mark, by the way. It's supposed to be a piercing, like one of those nose piercings with a gem on it. Since she's a fashionista, I'd imagine that she also wants to make sure that everyone looks good and always freaks out when Twilight comes in, or Rainbow Dash or Applejack coming all in like a little disheveled, especially Twilight, since she comes in with her hair all messed up and wearing a food stained hoodie, and Rainbow Dash coming in as sweaty all over from all the training she does. I imagine every single member of the main six to be in college. So Rarity is like the fashionista, pretty girl of the college. She's not rude. She's actually quite sweet, but she does want to make sure you dress well and that you don't look like a flat mess. I also gave her, on the lipstick, if you look closely, I gave her on the lipstick, it's supposed to be a brand name, and Rarity. There is a very big company called Rarity, and that's like a brand name. I decided that'd be a cute little notch in there. Her clothes, I had a little bit of difficulties. I could not decide if it should be black at first or like the turtleneck if it should be black, but then that looked odd, so I made it white. But overall, that is my redesign of Rarity. I hope you like her. Now on to Rainbow Dash. So the third redesign is going to be Rainbow Dash, and for Rainbow Dash, I found her color palette to be a little questionable. Honestly, I think a lot of people already did her amazing justice. Like, her human versions, her redesigns were really well. I found her pony design, I think it's alright. I don't think it's that amazing or anything shocking. Even though, she has a whole spectrum of rainbows, I think the colors are a little bit muted. I don't think the base color of blue, maybe, for example, white or black could have suited her more, or even gray. And her Equestria Girls design, I like this design more than this one. I find her hairstyle in this one to be very 2010 emo style. I hate something about the Equestria Girls, and that is that they have their cutie marks on their shirts, like slapped on there. It feels very lazy. I do like the denim jacket. I don't like the pink skirt and the black shorts underneath. I feel like that's really not necessary and it looks really weird. And for her shoes, I dislike the shoes quite a lot. And the rainbow stockings underneath just look horrendous. I like this design a lot more. I like the leggings, and I like the shoes a lot more. I like these wristbands that they gave her. For my version of Rainbow Dash, this redesign that I did was actually my least favorite. But for my redesign, I decided to give her a more diverse expression. I made her like a stern, like grinning expression. I also gave her a piercing on her eyebrow. I thought that would suit her and look really cool. I tied up her hair in like this side sweep messy ponytail. I gave her a lightning bolt earring, like the one that she has on her cutie mark. Something that I did, which I really, really, really like, is I gave her a sports bra, like the sports bra. But you know how Nike slaps their logo on their like clothing products on their sports jackets, sports bras, and shirts? I decided to do something similar here, as if the lightning bolt was like a brand of like sportswear called Dash, and Rainbow Dash wears that quite often for when she works out, because then she goes to the gym very often. I gave her quite a bit of patches and bandages. I decided to give her a little bit more of a bulky and more muscular body build, even though I did not know really how to do it, since I'm not a professional at making different diverse body types. I'm still learning that, but I think she turned out quite nice. I also gave her a scar on her stomach. The reason why she has so many bandages, patches, and a scar on her stomach, I feel like she would get into a lot of fights. And she would also have injuries from those fights quite often. I feel like she's like a tough tomboy. She also cracks jokes quite often and makes bad puns, which angers the group quite a lot. I also think she would have a tan, like a very, 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 very big tan. I envision that they live near a beach and she goes to that beach really often and tans herself and plays in the water. And she does also a lot of different sports. I think she does basketball and volleyball. That's how I envision her. And if you haven't noticed yet, I made the patches on her body and the band-aids all resemble a character from the main six. So for example, the patch on her cheek and with the diamond resembles Rarity. The patch on her, well, the band-aid on her neck resembles Twilight. The patch on her stomach resembles Applejack, and the two patches on her arm resemble Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie. And also the small little patch on her nose, like a nose patch, should resemble Spike. You know, the little dinosaur, the little dragon slash dinosaur. Forgot to color it in. I will do it eventually. Something I decided to do with her hair is only make like her bangs rainbow and the rest brown because I didn't want this design to be too overwhelming. I already was questioning the color choices on this character, which this is why she's my least favorite. I think I could have designed her hair better and her color palette, but she doesn't look that bad, and I'm curious to know what you think of her. Those were all my My Little Pony redesigns for today. I will be doing Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Applejack in another video. And as I said, it will take some time, so I hope you all are patient.